You know, 2025 was the hardest year of my life. 7 months ago, I lost my father one Sunday morning unexpectedly in his sleep. And a month later, I found myself in a park, much like this one, shooting my first video of 2025 and my first ever YouTube video. At that time, I was just trying to make sense of my life. I was lost. I had basically reverted back to a little boy who was hurt, broken, fearful for the future. No father, no one to go and sit at the feet of and learn and listen anymore. So I grabbed a camera and I started talking to it. 6 months later, I had to quit talking to the camera. This video, I feel like I want to explain why I had to quit. Because when I say I had to quit, it wasn't because I was losing motivation. It's not that I was giving up on my goals. I wasn't just throwing my hands up and walking away. But I had gotten to a point where I realized that if I kept on the same trajectory that I was on, if I kept moving like I was moving, it would cost me my mental health. And honestly, I wasn't willing to find out what came after that. So I chose self-preservation over self-destruction. And I also want to be clear, because I know how this looks. It's been 2 months since my last upload, November the 2nd. Today is January 1st, 2026. Happy New Year. So I'm fully aware of that. It's been 2 months. I've done my best to stay up on short form and posting in shorts and posting in the community tab. Shout out to the community and just trying to stay connected. But long form takes a whole different kind of energy, mentally, emotionally, physically. And I didn't have that capacity for a while. If I'm being honest, I just didn't have it. I hit a wall. I hit a devastating wall. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, completely hit a wall. And for once, instead of me trying to find a way around it or find a way through it, I froze. Looking back on it now, I can see why that happened. When you live with ADHD, like I do, it's not the tasks themselves that are the hard thing. It's the micro decisions leading up to the task that are the problem. At least for me, it's the endless choices, the constant mental negotiation, what to eat, what to wear, when to train, what to film, how to edit, when to upload. It's nonstop. It's constant all day, every day. So trust me when I tell you, it's not that I didn't want to take action. That's not it at all. I just didn't have any energy left to choose to do the action that I needed to do. So I did what a lot of us do when we get overwhelmed. I shut down. I stopped recording. I stopped posting on other social medias. I stopped showing up, but not because I didn't care, but because I could not continue to pretend like I had everything all together. And I know some of you know exactly what I mean when I say decision fatigue, analysis paralysis. You start your day with good intentions. You got all your meals prepped. You got your gym bag packed. And by the time you finish debating what pre-workout to take, your brain is already tapped out. And for me, it's kind of like the weight of every unfinished action crushing me until even taking the next step, as simple as it could have been, it made it seem pointless. And what makes it worse was knowing that some of you noticed. I saw the messages. You good, fam? We're rooting for you. Take your time, champ. We're here whenever you're ready. And honestly, that meant the absolute world to me. Because this isn't, I've said this so many times, what I'm trying to do is so much more than views and algorithms. This is about me trying to become a consistent man in front of people who actually care, in hopes that I inspire someone else who finds themselves in my shoes. It just gives them hope. And hope, while I'm on that topic, hope, I want to talk about something else, because it kind of goes hand in hand with my last statement about someone seeing what I'm doing and what I'm going through and still pushing forward. For some of you that may know, that followed my post a while back at the end of October, I graduated from Men's Alliance, Carry the Fire, a 9-week leadership course in Christian apologetics that ended with a 3-day field training exercise. At the end of that training exercise, I graduated. I got my patch, this right here. Now, let me preface it. This is just a Velcro patch. There's nothing special or innately magical about this patch. However, everything that it stands for, now that's something special. And ever since I graduated, the spiritual attacks within my life escalated 100%. And that's not an exaggeration. So right about that time, Halloween, November 1st, right before I posted my last video, I felt this very, very heavy calling sitting on my heart that I wasn't just supposed to lose weight and make YouTube videos. Okay. I wanted to talk to men, much like myself, on a deeper level. I wanted to talk to men about faith. I wanted to talk to men about discipline, about rebuilding from the inside out, which is exactly what I'm trying to do every time I post on this channel. Now, I'm not the perfect Christian, whatever that means. I am not that. I am a flawed human being that is trying to get better every day publicly with the help of Jesus Christ. I just want to get better. And by me getting better publicly, I hope that other men that find themselves in this situation, whether it's overweight, underweight, trying to get closer to God, dealing with loss, that they see something in my content that helps them on their own journey. Now, God showed me in that time that the enemy will fight you hardest in places where you're meant to lead. Why? Because a chosen man looks normal to everyone except the devil. And I think once I understood that piece of it, I realized that pushing harder was not the answer. Trying to be more disciplined than I already was at that time was not the answer. What I actually needed to do was stop trying to carry everything on my own. So I made a few decisions, not big ones, not dramatic ones, decisions that made life a bit lighter. Here's what I did. One, I hired a coach. Why? Because if I don't have to think about what I'm eating and I don't have to think about my workouts, that frees up mental bandwidth to think about something else. So I offloaded that to a coach. I joined an accountability group where men, much like myself, who are on a journey, whether it's physical or spiritual, could come together on a daily basis and hold each other accountable, to hold the line, to keep each other going, to keep each other inspired, to, I hate to say the word, but to keep each other motivated. Y'all already know how I feel about motivation. Motivation is a feeling that comes and goes. It's worthless. However, I digress. Then I started journaling. I found that something special about putting pen to paper and allowing the mental process to come out. So you're not holding the thoughts in, you're opening it and you're just stream of consciousness, just letting it flow, just letting it flow. That for me was a game changer. And the last thing I did was I put some serious boundaries on my mental process and my focus by buying a brick. Now, if you don't know what a brick is, it's a little box that once you scan it with your phone, it locks you out of all your apps until you scan the brick again. And just to be clear, this is not sponsored. This is not an ad read. I'm saying this because it actually worked for me. In fact, it worked so well that I hid it from myself just so I couldn't use it. Because once you tap that brick, the only thing you can do are the things that you're supposed to be doing, because your phone is basically a paperweight at that point. Anyway, moving on. So, it's 2026. We're here. Full circle moment, like I said, standing in a park, shooting my first video of the year. What can you expect from me in the year 2026? What are my goals? Glad you asked. My goals are actually pretty simple. Number one, consistency over intensity. That doesn't mean I'm not going to go hard, but the primary focus in 2026 is consistent daily action, consistent steps in the right direction every single day. That's one. Consistency over intensity. Long term beats short bursts every day. Second, structure over willpower. Because if it relies on motivation, it won't last. Third, honesty over performance. I'm not here to be impressive. Y'all should know that by now. I'm not here to be impressive. I'm here to be real. And lastly, and this is probably one of the most important ones, depth over numbers. And what I mean by that is, if this channel can help a smaller group of men feel less alone, more grounded, and more disciplined, that will be the success for me in 2026. And there's one more thing that I want to say on the first day of 2026 out loud. Last year, my goal was to step back on stage, to compete again. Summer Shredding 2026, or excuse me, Summer Shredding 2025 in Houston, Texas. I did Summer Shredding 2024 in Houston, Texas, where I looked like this and like this, and I took home first place in my class. Now, I was not in any form in the best shape of my life. Okay? Let me just be completely transparent and honest. I knew going into the contest that I had not given it my absolute all, but I had committed to the process and I had did it. My goal was to go back last year in September looking even better than I did the year prior. Now, again, in May, things changed when I lost my father. That loss changed everything for me. It changed my priorities. It changed my capacity. It changed my timeline. So I didn't compete. And I didn't pretend like I was ready. I have so much more respect for the sport of bodybuilding now, having competed, than I did at the time. And so I didn't compete. But the goal itself never left me. So, part of doing this right for me, part of rebuilding from the inside out, part of me building with an intention in 2026 is returning to the stage in 2026. Summer Shredding 2026, I will be stepping back on stage. And it's not to prove anything to anyone, but it's only to finish what I started. So, this is not me checking back in. This is not me restarting per se. This is not me rebranding. This is not me trying to reinvent myself. This is me just continuing on the mission with better support, with clearer priorities, and a lot more grace. So with that said, if you're still here, thank you. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, if you're still here, thank you. I do not take it for granted at all. If you stepped away when I stepped away and you're coming back now, thank you as well. And if you're starting your own reset here in 2026, today is the first day, so I hope you're up doing something productive. If you're starting again, you're not too late. It's a brand new year, which means you have a brand new opportunity at your fingertips. So together, let's reach out and let's grab that opportunity and let's do 2026 right. Man, I appreciate y'all so much. I love y'all more than you know. And I'm back, baby. Let's get this work.